So we are starting with the basics and the what is the portion which is required for the accounting purpose, and in between that we have to learn about various aspect of accounting and the various particular terminology about the accounting. So very sincerely, please go through with the various terminologies and the various aspect and the various concept of the accounting, and why it is used and why it is said to be as a part of it. So you need not to grow you need not to go with the each and every aspect of a portion, but I'll try to explain you about various portions of the accounting one. uh, just a minute. Now hopefully it's visible now, if I'm not wrong. All right. Now,
Yes, sir.
yes, okay, thank you so much. So now there are some of the terminology. The total session is dedicated towards the, means about the terminologies about related to commerce. And tomorrow I do expect with, going through with these conceptualized things, how much you have revised and how much you are now getting about means of various concepts of the accounting. Now, the first concept, the terminology you can see is the proprietor. Proprietor is done with the objective of making the profit. Proprietor is known as the one of the owner of the business, particular person who is the owner of the business, and its profitability and the financial soundness are therefore matters for the prime importance to the proprietor who have invested their money in the business. कहने का मतलब ये है कि ये जो प्रोप्राइटर्स का द बेसिक एंड द फंडामेंटल कंसेप्ट इज द ओनर ऑफ द बिजनेस एंड ही solely responsible, whenever there is a sole ownership in any of the business, so the particular person is totally responsible about the kind of a liability, the kind of the losses, or the kind of a profit which they are getting. So the proprietor is the individual person of the any of the business is known as the proprietor. Now manager is the particular person who is the means an individual who manage the whole of the business, and the employee, now there is a concept of the debtor and the creditor. The person to whom I have to get the money, from whom I have to get the money, is known as a debtor, and the person to whom I have to make the payment is known as a creditor. जिससे हमें पैसा देना है वो हमारा क्रेडिटर है, उसका जिससे हमें लेना है, एंड आई एम नोन एज अ डेटर. This is something known as the creditors. And now under the creditors also, it is said the creditors are the person who are extended the credit to the company, and they can also interested they are also interested in the financial statement, because these will help them in ascertaining whether the enterprise will be in a position to meet its commitment towards them, both regarding the payment of the interest and the principal. All right. So they have made the payment to the company, and now the company is liable to make the payment. So creditors is all is, you may also call it as a liability. They are known as a liability. Now under the creditors also, under the creditors, you can see it is always shown on the liability side of the balance sheet. All right. Investors is the particular person who are complying, who is contemplating an investment in a business, will like to know about its profitability and the financial position. The study of the financial statement will help them about in the this respect of the in this respect. Now, what the main fundamental thing which you would like to understand under this, the investors are the assets of the company, and the investors are supposed to be the person who make the investment in the company. So they are known to be as one of the assets. Now, this is for the government. This is for the government point of view, and in this, the government always used to give the grants, and these are the grants which is received by the government is also shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. Now, with this only you have to go through with it. All right. Now, with these things you have to go through with it, and in this, the customer is also one of the important aspect of the particular portion. In this, the customer want to know whether they will get the product or the services at a reasonable price. For understanding this, they can also use their accounting information. So customers are the person who are out of the business. They are also the internals and the external. So they are known as the external for the business point of view. Now, there is a kind of the accounting. You can understand financial accounting, cost accounting, and the management accounting. So, financial accounting, which is related with the entire finance of the company, cost accounting, which is related with the cost. That is any kind of a आप कह सकते हैं कि कोई आपकी कहता है कि जो भी आपकी अकाउंटिंग है वो फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन से रिलेटेड है. Whether the company is in a position to maintain its assets, to maintain its liability, या जो भी चीजें ये सारी चीजें दी हुई हैं वो सारी चीजें it is the part of the financial accounting, and is the oldest branch of the accounting. You may call it as financial accounting is known to be as a financial means as known as the one of the oldest portion of the accounting. Now in that one, what basically you need to understand about the accounting portion, and in that sections कि आप देख सकते हैं कुछ नेचर्स दिए हुए हैं. द प्राइमरी पर्पस ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल अकाउंटिंग इज टू प्रोवाइड द इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर द एक्सटर्नल यूजर. सो देयर आर वेरियस इंटरनल यूजर एंड द एक्सटर्नल यूजर्स. So in that, they are mainly concerned with the preparation of the financial statement and the communicating the information to the investors, creators, and the external users. So now the cost accounting and the management accounting that you need not to understand for this purpose, but कुछ ऐसे principles दिए हैं. यानी कि आप अगर देख रहे होंगे तो यहाँ पे कुछ जो principles आपको देखने को मिल रहा है, that is accounting postulates is been given as a separate entity concept, and the other portions जहां पर आपको ये समझ में आ रहा होगा कि बिजनेस एंटिटी यानी बिजनेस एंड द बिजनेसमैन बोथ आर द सेपरेट थिंग. आपने कई बार देखा होगा कि जब भी कोई कहता है भाई आई एम टोटली सेपरेटेड फ्रॉम द बिजनेस, जैसे कह रहा है एक्स वाई जेड लिमिटेड है जिसकी भी कंपनी है, वो अपने आप को थोड़ा सा अलग मानता है. अलग मानना इन द सेंस मतलब क्या है, सेपरेट एंटिटी कंसेप्ट बिजनेस और कंपनी के टर्मिनोलॉजी में आता है. So in the accounting, business is treated as a separate entity from its owner, and accounts are prepared to give the information about the business and not about those who own it. कहने का मतलब क्या है कि जितनी आपकी सेपरेट एंटिटी कंसेप्ट के उन सब में कहता है कि आपकी जो ओनरशिप है वो बिल्कुल अलग है. जैसे हम कैपिटल इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, so we make the investment into the capital. So on that basis of the capital we get the interest. So how we are going to treat that interest, because interest on capital is the expense for the company or the particular firm. For us we are that is known as the income. As I already said कि जो किसी के लिए एक्सपेंस है वो किसी के लिए इनकम होता है. Now अब कहता है
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
चीजों में जब ये देखता है तो कह रहा है कि आपको
So we lost you in between.
सॉरी
We lost you in between.
oh my god, just actually that is something like for the recording only means it's creating a huge impact on the data for the record purpose. Take just a minute, let me see. Screen is not visible. Screen is
Now
visible.
it is.
Acha, okay,
Now
okay.
it is. Earlier it
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay. Try to cooperate. It might take 30 seconds or 20 seconds. Try to cooperate. Okay. Now it is said कि going concern concept का मतलब है, as the terminology said, the business always try to go in a long run. यानी हम जब बिजनेस में कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हैं, आप whenever you purchase the building, you purchase the car, you expect something, life expectancy is there. It will go for 10 years, 2 years or something like that. So whenever the person who started the business, they always expect for a going concern concept. तो जैसे आपने सुना होगा एक वर्ड, there is a terminology that is known as a depreciation. So whenever the company charges the depreciation on a machinery, it is totally on the basis of expectancy, any life expectancy of the machine. purpose company tries to कि आप कह सकते हैं कि उसी बेसिस पे आपको बताता है कंपनी इसी बेसिस पे क्या करती है कि पूरे सेक्शंस को, यानी कि जो भी चीजें वो परचेज करती है, जहां भी इन्वेस्ट करती है, वहां पे ये देखती है कि आपकी जो पूरी जो इन्वेस्टमेंट है, यानी कि जो भी चीज आप खरीद रहे हो, उन सब में आपकी जो चीजें हैं, यानी मैक्सिमम चीजें जो हैं वो आपकी गोइंग कंसर्न
Sir, your
We
voice is
lost you
breaking.
again.
Network issue.
It must be.
Hello.
Hello, mic check.
सबका चल रहा है, सर का नहीं चल रहा.
Meanwhile, Vijay Lakshmi can take over. Meanwhile, Miss Vijay Lakshmi can take over.
She is a student just
Thank
like
you,
us, dude.
thank you for having such high regard. But I'm also a student. Just that I think I joined little earlier. I joined in July itself.
मजाक.
So
Well, it
probably
doesn't
from
look
that
like
time-
you are a learner.
Oh, thank you. But I started learning accounts from July. But today when I take that book again, no, it is like new only. So tough here. This
Vijay
accounting.
Lakshmi, we need you.
Oh, sure, sure. See, the statements are there, no? Like cash flow entry journal. I think there is some sequence. So balance sheet is the last one. So what we have to understand is debit and then credit, and then start putting the statement. Unless we do some practice, no, it will not come. So we have to take the book and start doing
uh,
practice.
I was presenting, just a minute.
So maybe you can try without presenting because there's a network issue from your end.
Yeah, exactly. So may I share the link of the PDF? You can go through it.
Yeah, definitely, sir. It'll be helpful.
Yeah, because that's creating problem.
Yeah.
Sir, we have a WhatsApp group in that you can share that.
I'm not added in that WhatsApp group.
Got
Yeah, sir,
got the
can you
link, sir.
give the number?
Also, sir, you can leave your number so that we can add you in the group
Acha,
if you
it is-
want to.
Okay. Just a second. So means you can download from here.
So could you please let us know the page number?
Page number 8. Page number 8, and I think so you people are not able to get it, this one.
Yeah.
Now under the page number 8, I was discussing about the various accounting periods and how this accounting periodicity concept work, and why this is so relevant for the accounting concept. So this is something which is a period from one term to another term, and this is relevant for the accounting periodicity concept. Now there is a money measurement concept. As you know that the financial accounting is known as one of the oldest accounting, and in that financial means money measurement concept is one of the concept. Only those transactions are taken into the consideration which is always a part of a money measurement. You can call it as a means those only transaction will be taken into the consideration which can be convertible into a money form, and which can be into a part of your conversion into a money. So they are supposed to be known as money measurement concept. Now there is something like means accounting concept, cost concept. So under the concept also we closely related with the going concern concept. It means that the things which is always estimation on the basis of the cost, whatever the cost is there, on the same basis. Like into the accounting, the amount or the figure which is shown under the balance sheet is always a historical concept, यानी on the basis of historical concept. तो historical basis का कहने का क्या मतलब है? It means that कि जो आपकी पूरी पूरी अकाउंटिंग है, यानी जो भी बैलेंस शीट में फिगर हम शो करते हैं वो हम करंट मार्केट वैल्यूज पे नहीं शो करते हैं. वी ऑलवेज शो ऑन अ हिस्टोरिकल कॉस्ट, यानी कि आज की बिल्डिंग आप जहां पर भी रह रहे हो उसकी कॉस्ट जो होगी इट विल बी 1 लाख रुपीस जब परचेज किया गया होगा, लेकिन प्रेजेंट मार्केट वैल्यू इज 1 करोड़ रुपीस. सो द डेप्रिसिएशन व्हिच वी आर गोइंग टू चार्ज it will be on 1 lakh rupees. Historical concept, yani what itself says as a history. On that price we have purchased the machine. Dual aspect concept, the same says कि a kind of a debit or a credit, जो भी आपकी debit and credit things will be there. On the same basis we try to gain about the debit aspect and the credit aspect. If something is debited, the another thing is going to be credited. So that is known as a dual aspect concept, and that the same thing to understand by you also. Now in that section, what basically you would like to understand under the basic concept of accounting, it says that dual aspect is charging the same amount from the debit side to the credit side. And in the same section only you have to understand about various sections of portion where one thing would be a part of assets and the another one would be a part of liability. Matching concept, the things which is to be matched on the same accounting period. The aim of business is to earn the profit. In order to ascertain the profit, the cost or the expenses are matched to the revenue. यानी कि जिस साल की जो एक्सपेंस होगी उसी साल की रेवेन्यू के साथ उसे हम क्या करते हैं, ऐड करते हैं. Now realization concept, the amount which is going to be realized from your aspect, and in that realization the amount must be accrued in nature. देखिए जो transactions होते हैं it is always of 2 1, यानी it means that one is of it is said one is of cash in nature, on the another one is of credit in nature, the transaction which you are doing. Now अब इसमें बताता है आपका कि कैश कंसेप्ट और क्रेडिट कंसेप्ट होता है. एक होता है जो हम अकाउंटिंग जो हम जो प्रोसीड्स हम नोट करते हैं, दैट इज द अनदर वन, इट इज पार्ट ऑफ इट, जहां पर हम कैश बेसिस एंड एक्यूरल बेसिस कहते हैं. Cash basis when the amount is actually received. Now the total financial accounting is based on accrual basis, यानी cash as well as credit. यानी कि हमारी चीज कई बार हमारी क्या होती है, जनरेट हो जाती है. It means that sometimes we do not get the salary, but the salary is self-generated. So that is also a part of accounting. यानी if we are getting the salary on the 1st of every month or till 5th of that month, if we have not received, it means that the salary is being generated, but still it is not been received. So accounting also will take into the consideration that the same concept. Now objectivity concept. The objectivity concept said about the various aspect where the particular portion they discuss about the periodicity one, means particular sections when they are discussing about it, the objectivity of it, and why you are framing and why it is so important for you. So these are the portions of particular concept, the particular methodology and the particular objectivity which is required for it, and for that purpose only you are you have drafted particular kind of accounts. Now there are various conventions are also there. Okay, you have to discuss about the various conventions. So conventional disclosure, that is not required for your perspective from your syllabus point of view. देखिए दो चीजें हैं, द सिस्टम ऑफ अकाउंटिंग दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन द कैश सिस्टम अकाउंटिंग एंड द accrual system accounting. Page number is been given as a page number 11, and in page number 11 that is the cash basis, accrual basis, and hybrid or the mixed system of accounting is been given. Please go through with these two points, each one of you. Please means go through with the point. Whatever the things I've discussed about the cash system of accounting, go through with it. Now, there is another one, that is the accrual basis of accounting. It is a system in which the accounting entries are made on the basis of the amount having become due for the payment or the receipt. Okay, and that is both the things are taken into the considerations. Now, the another one which has been discussed over here, they try to discuss about means generation of amount which is been generated and yet not received. So that is also assets one. ठीक है, और कुछ बेसिक्स ऑफ अकाउंटिंग है. देखिए अब यहाँ पे जो लायबिलिटीज की जो आप पूछते हो कि जो बैलेंस शीट की जो आपकी टर्मिनोलॉजीज रहती है, भाई इसमें कौन कौन सी टर्मिनोलॉजीज है, दैट वी आर नॉट गेटिंग. सो आप इंपॉर्टेंट टर्मिनोलॉजीज ऑफ अकाउंटिंग इज बीन गिवन एज अ एसेट्स, लायबिलिटी एंड इक्विटी. नाउ व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एसेट्स? Assets something which you own yourself, any which you have the right over the particular assets. Any item economic value owned by individual or the corporation, especially that which could be converted to cash. Example for are cash, security, accounts receivable, inventory, office equipments, real estate, a car, or other property. On a balance sheet, assets are equal to the sum of the liabilities, common stock, or the other things. So assets are the things, यानी कि आपके लिए the things which are assets is known as a machinery, plant, or other things. ये सारी चीजें would be a part of your assets. Liabilities के section का मतलब होता है.
Sir, for asset, can we say that if there is a loss, I can sell these and balance that? Can that be called as asset?
To the losses.
I mean, asset in a layman language. Can I say that whatever things are available with me, which I can sell and say give it a salary or manage the loss?
No. You can't include it as a part of your salary. Assets is a part of the real
No,
account.
sir, what I'm saying is asset or something the owner has, which can be useful during tough times. If the
Okay,
business
this-
is going on loss,
Okay.
can I sell these properties and manage the loss? Can
Yeah,
that be
exactly.
asset?
Yeah. So actually, assets is also been bifurcated into two parts. First one is current assets. The another one is the fixed assets. Current assets means that those assets whose durability is for the 1 year, and the fixed assets whose durability is more than 1 year. यानी कि जिसकी ड्यूरेबिलिटी यू मे कॉल इट विच कैन बी लिक्विडेट विद इन द 1 year और विच कैन नॉट बी लिक्विडेट. दूसरी चीज अंडर द एसेट्स यू कैन से इट बिल्कुल कि ड्यूरिंग द टफ टाइम आल्सो यू कैन सेल इट एज यू ओन द पर्टिकुलर एसेट्स. इट माइट बी बिल्डिंग, land, or something machinery. So these are the known as a long term, or you may call it as a fixed assets. Liabilities are known as a obligation. What kind of obligations do you have? And obligations that legally binds an individual or a company to settle a debt is known as a liability. For any kind of a debt that you have to settle down is known as a liability. When one is liable for a debt and they are responsible for paying the debt or setting a wrongful act they may have committed. So whatever the things is been obligation from your side, you have to make the payment of the liabilities. So equity is also one of the part of it, and under the equity, it's owner's capital, share capital is there, and in that owners claim capital, outsiders claim capital, liabilities is been given, and the capital is been given. You have to go through with it.
Sir, will you please just reconceptualize this for equity? Because generally we just think equity is something that is learned in terms of the shares, equity shares. It means
Exactly
so
the
this
same one.
concept.
Exactly the same one. Whenever you go for the equity shareholders and the equity, it is something like as a shareholders fund. Equity, the another name of equity is known as a shareholders fund.
Okay, it is just a shareholder funds which is available to the organizations, which
Yeah,
they can be used for their purposes.
very good. That can be used for the distribution of the dividends also. That includes
Okay,
the part of the reserve also. That includes the
okay.
part of the profit also.
Basic, this is a shareholders' money that is available to
Shareholders
the
fund.
organization.
Shareholders fund.
Fund.
Yeah.
No, what's the difference between fund and money then?
Money is a general terminology. Fund is which is collected at the organization level. It is being contributed by each and everyone.
Sir, I just also want to know about the liquidity. Generally, how we can describe this liquidity? It's just that if company is facing the losses, so if the company sell each and everything, it means the asset is liquidable. So how we define this liquidity?
Okay, okay. Look, the term that is the liquidity, you can say it about its values. You can say we can liquidate the particular assets. It means that liquidity, a simple meaning, can be convertible into cash. How fast it can be convertible is known as a liquidity. Means you can easily sell out that particular assets is known as a liquidity. So if the assets whose value has been given as a means having a total expectancy of within a 1 year is known as a current assets, and on the means more than 1 year expectancy is there, that is known as a fixed assets. Now are the debtors. Actually, there is a periodicity concept under which the same period you have to close down all your shorts of accounts. You can say in case of like as a debtors are there within a 1 year, you have to make the payment, you have to settle the account. For the cash, that is the particular means for the 1 year, within the 1 year you have to close down all these things. So these are the items are the part of the current assets. So within these kind of modules, you can go through with what are the various current assets or the modules which is given in your book with the study material which you have got it. So you have to go through with the various portions where it is known as a current assets, it is known as a credit assets, it is known as a means a kind of other assets. Now what the basic thing is to be done. No, what are the basic thing is to be done is known as means particular assets or the particular liabilities. This is something known as assets, fixed assets, or the current assets. Now, this is something as a revenue. It is the monetary value of the product or the services sold to the customers during the period. It results from the sale or the service or the sources like interest, dividend, and the commission, etc. Now, अब कहता है आपका revenue, it is the monetary values, यानी the amount which you are getting in terms of money. You are getting in terms of money is known as a revenue. Now, the same thing here it is with the expenses and the costs. Expenditures incurred by the enterprises to earn the revenue is termed as expenses or the cost. In a particular cost, if you have incurred, manufacturing of a particular laptop having some kind of expenses, having some kind of a cost is known as the difference. So there is a distinction between the expense and the assets. It is the benefit of the former one. It is consumed by the business in the present, whereas in later case benefit will be available for the future activities of the business. So some of the losses is also been given. A kind of a losses which you bear into the organization is known as a loss. The proprietor is known as the owner of the particular assets. Drawing is the one of the new concept. Money or the value of the goods belonging to the business used by the proprietor for his personal use. Whenever suppose like if you have a business of means business of a particular furniture or something like that, And when you have personal use of those furniture, it is known as a drawing. And during these cases, as an accounting journal entry, you have to credit the purchase one. In that section, you have to credit purchase, because out of the total means the particular assets, you are drawing a business. Within that one, you are whenever you draw a particular out of this, you purchase a particular assets, total means doing a business of the particular assets, and you withdraw it for the personal use, is known as a drawing. Please go through this, then we'll continue with the further, because otherwise if you are not going to revise these things, these are none of your use. I'm going to teach you each and everything. So till the drawing, you may go through it. First of all, you please go through with the drawing topic. If you have any kind of problem, we may discuss further. First of all, go through with it.
Sir, we have to go through the PDF document you shared with us.
Exactly. Page number I have given. And means a page number. Let me tell you about page number. It is the 11 and 12. Till first of all, go through with the 11 and the 12 page number.
Okay.
Particular topic. If you have any doubt, within a minute, you may ask the question. Please go through it.
Hello.
All right. So, any kind of a doubt or any of the terminology you may ask?
So drawing liability or assets in
Sorry,
balance sheet.
pardon me, question, please.
So drawing entry liability or asset.
Drawing is an assets or a liability that you asking?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay. Drawing is a part of your assets. Drawing is always a part of your assets. Whenever you withdraw the something, it is a part of your assets. If you are doing the business of the furniture and you withdraw something for the personal use, that is your assets.
So drawing is money, sir, monetary value.
No, drawing is something like as whenever you withdraw something, it may be in a form of furniture, it may be form of some cosmetic use. Means of whom you are drawing, means drawing something, withdraw. The same concept is used as a drawing, means out of the total assets, when you withdraw something for the personal use, is known as a drawing from the accounting point of view.
So
I have a
isn't
doubt
that
about the
liability because,
acquiring.
Just a minute, one by one. Aarti.
I want to know, like, I have a query regarding the accrual system of accounting. What is like accrual system of accounting?
Okay. So let me clear about the accrual system of accounting. Accrual system includes cash basis or the amount which is generated. Something like as if you have to receive the amount salary on the 31st of each of the month, and in the upcoming month you have not received the salary, but it has been generated and you have to make the payment. It is known as an accrual basis of accounting, where you receive, whether you receive the amount or yet to be received, both are taken into the consideration. ठीक है. Now अब क्या आता है, दूसरी चीज क्या आता है कि सपोज करिए कि you have to make the payment, like as same in a case of electricity bill. So something, a minimum amount whenever you enter, or something like as a rent, you have to make the payment. So means if you have not made the payment of your rent on a particular month, so then also it is being generated, you have to make the payment. It is very much clear. So whenever the things arises, it may be the assets, it may be the liability. So on the accrual basis, something like as whenever you go for the means a particular portion, so you see that it is been accrual basis. So business is always run on a accrual basis. So there are some of the books or the something like as whenever you try to make the payment towards the individual, यानी whenever you makes the payment कि आप किसी particular किसी assets के लिए या whenever you make the payment for the rent also, it has been generated. So a particular owner of the assets note down with your name that you have to make the payment. So it is known as a accrual basis of accounting.
Sir, is it the transaction which is recorded as and when it is done? This is considered as accrual accounting or what?
Please repeat your question.
What I asked that in accrual accounting, there is something called whenever transaction is done, that is recorded at the same time, not due for future.
Okay, no worries. So under this, whenever we discuss about accrual basis of accounting, it says that the event is happened means a particular portion on a, if, that includes the both one, like as a sales include both cash basis and credit basis. It includes both cash basis and a credit basis. Now under the cash basis, it is very clear whenever you receive the cash, it would be a part of sales. Now under the credit sales, whenever it is the credit sales, what you have to do, you have to note down it. If you have not received the amount, it will be no sales, or otherwise it will be a part of your particular person in terms of accounts, because that is the debtor. He will make you the payment and he is supposed to be known as a debtor. Whenever there is a credit sale, a debtor arises. Whenever there is a credit purchase, a creditor arises. All right. So whenever you purchase something on a credit, it generates the liability on yourself. So you have to make the payment because they are known as a creditor. Whenever you sell the something on a credit, it is known as a debtor. So whenever I discuss about the accrual basis of accounting, it includes both the one. यानी इसका मतलब क्या है कि आपके both sections है, यानी कि आपके accrual basis में actual whenever you receive the cash, or whenever the particular transactions is not happened but the particular event has been happened. It means that like as a same in a case of a rent, yani ki you have to make the payment at the end of the month, but still you have not paid, but it been arises, you have to make the payment. So that is the accrual basis of accounting. All right. Now there is something as a trade debtors is there, that is the creditor. That's the same thing. You can please go through with the debtors and the creditors. Person who owes the money to the business is a debtor, and it is happen when the goods are sold on the credit, and it is the a creditor, the person which is purchased on the credit. So we must go through with the transaction. You can see that the any exchange or the dealing of a goods or the services for the cash or on the credit by a business with any other business. So that is known as a transaction, and some of the events is being given. Now some of the entry is there. Entry, the particular recording of the transaction is known as the entry. And entity is your own self. All the elements of the financial statement are in a relation to a particular entity, which may be a business enterprises, an educational or a charitable organization, a government unit, or something like it. It is known as an entity, particular entity. And net worth is also the ownership equity or the stockholder equity or the particular capital is known as a net worth. And it is the difference between total assets minus outside liability is known as a capital. There is a one formula, assets minus liability is known as a capital. Please go through with this. Then we'll go through with the other portion of page number 12. What someone is asking? Pinky, but all your capital are invested in amount is also a liability. Yeah, capital is the part of the liability. That's why it's also shown. Because I said no, there's a business entity concept, and a business and the businessman both are the different thing. For the business man, it is your assets. Capital is your assets. But for the business, it is the liability. So whenever we are drafting a balance sheet, It is always meant for the business point of view, and it is you were right over there, XYZ Limited or ABC Limited.
Sir, will you
That
please repeat it
what
for the businessman? What is capital is asset, and for business
capital is
is
liability, and a business and the businessman both are the separate thing. Capital, that's why whenever we invest something, a capital, a form of a amount into the business, both are the separate one. Business and the businessman both are the separate. Capital only generates the revenue and we get the interest on capital on the entity basis. So whenever we get the interest on capital, so it is for us a earning one, but for the businessman it is an kind of a expense. That's why interest on capital is always shown into the debit side of the profit and loss account. Now under this, we used to say that means the kind of a income and the kind of a person where the separate entity is there, and we try to gain capital from the liability side only. So for the business point of view, capital is always the liability, and for our point of view, since we have made the investment, so for us there is a assets. So something is positive for us, it is the negative for others. If something is negative for others, that is the positive for others. It means that something that I have is my assets, but whenever we draw the balance sheet for the business, the business always used to show that capital as a liability side. Otherwise, for if we make our own balance sheet, we will always show those capital as a part of assets.
Sir, where we will put this closing stock and opening stock in asset side or liability side?
They are always your stock and they are always a part of your current assets, and they are always shown into the asset side of the balance sheet.
So is it debit or credit?
Balance sheet carry asset side and means liability side. It do not carry debit side or the credit side. It always carry only two things, that is the assets or liabilities.
But in balance sheet, we show it in two terms only, debit or credit. So
Who
which
said?
side?
Who said debit side or credit side? If you are going through with me, please go through with the particular concept. Balance sheet always carry debit side or sorry, means asset side. Then okay, so I think so. There was a net connection problem is there. So no worries. That I told you that the balance sheet always carry the asset side or liability side. Rest of the account always carry debit side or the credit side. So you have to go through the debit or the credit from the rest of the account. But in the balance sheet case, it will be always assets or liability. All right. So
So
please.
stock, whether it is opening stock or closing stock, will be on as on liability side.
Who said liability? I always remember means repeating again and again. It's the asset side.
Okay, sir.
Stock, these are the part of the current assets, and current assets is always shown on the balance sheet and balance sheet asset side. So don't be confused for the opening stock and the closing stock. These are the different one. In a balance sheet is always made at the end of the year. So we always used to take the closing stock amount. So whenever the things which we prepared at the end of the particular session, so we used to carry those only amount which are at the end of the session. So at the end only we will take into the amount of that transaction only. Any other? Please go through with the page number. Let me tell you again. Page number, that is page number 12. Please complete this paper, particular page. So we'll go in on the another one, please. Please complete. If any of the topic, any of the terminology, still if you are not able to understand, please let me know. We'll explain again. As the particular PDF which I have shared with you, this is the very, the easiest form. It has been explained. Those people who are not from the commerce background, that need to go through with it. All right. May I wait for 1 more minute? Am I audible now? Means, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Please go through with the particular means those PDF. Then only will continue. Then I will explain about the various types of account that I have explained in the first session, that is not been understood by many of you. But this time again, after 1 minute, I will explain types of account, various natures of the account. Please go through with the rest of the things which I have already detailed you. All right. So go through with the page number 14. Hopefully everyone now comfortable now that we are going to discuss. Now go through with the page number that is 14, and we'll directly discuss about the types of the account, classification of the accounts. And there are three types of the account: personal account, real account, and the nominal account. All right. So this is something like as a types of the account. So first one is the real account. So these are the account of the assets or the properties of the business. Example of the real account are the cash account, land, building, building, and other furniture, machinery, or etc. So these are the things that is a part of the real account, and I always said under the real account it carries the assets only. So property, you can see the example like as a account, land means cash account, land, building, etc. So cash account is known as a current assets, land, building, furniture, machinery are known as a fixed assets. Now how you can bifurcate these things about the current assets and the fixed assets? So the maturity period, you can say it, you can call it as a liquidity within a 1 year, which can be expand, is known as a current account. Otherwise it is known as a fixed assets. Now there is a personal account. Take only just go through with the direct word personal account. It includes the nothing, you need not to go through with the natural, artificial, or representative. Only you have to go through with the personal account, which is related with the bank name, cooperative society name, or other which any individual name or something like as. But the here is the representative person's account, where it is clearly said whenever the things it is a prefix or the suffix is known as means of the nominal account is known as a personal account. That I have already told in your first session. So it has been given outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, outstanding income, or the other things. So outstanding expenses, those are expenses which are still to be made. Outstanding prepaid expenses which have already we have paid earlier. So outstanding income, the income which is yet to be received, and these are the prepaid income is something like is not there. So prepaid income is not there. So outstanding income is there, which we still need to be good. Nominal account. What is nominal account? So accounts relating to the income, revenue, gain, expenses, losses are known as a nominal account. So these are the things which is related with the income, revenue, gain, expenses, and all those things, in which it is known as a nominal account. So debit all the expenses, all the losses, credit all the income and all the gains is known as a types of account. All right. Please go through with these three types of account. If you have any kind of doubt, any kind of a question is there in your mind, you may ask. Please read these these types of account one by one. And if you try to ask the question that this is what kind of account, you have to first of all think whether it is a which kind of account, because in your mind please bifurcate three slot. That is, one is the personal, which include the name of the person, individual, company name, bank name, any other things. Real account, it includes the assets, any kind of the assets is there. And what about the nominal account? It all the debit or the expenses and the credit or the gains. Please go through with these three topics. And again, if you have any kind of a question, you may ask. Please go through with it. If you have any doubt, you may ask.
Sir, why these are called nominal account, profit, loss, revenue, etc.?
Why it is called? This is a kind of a question. Why they are called? Why my name is Abhishek? Sir, if the nature is there, there are some of the laws are there which is being designed, so it is known as a revenue because it is generating a revenue. All right. So with this portion only, these are the things. It is known as a revenue. It is known as a profit and loss account. And why they have been named like this I don't have any kind of answer. Of the particular term, whether it's a debit, credit, whether it's a revenue expenses, or what kind of account it is, you may ask the question. And why it is been said as a a kind of a name, so that I can't answer. Please ask direct question about the kinds of account. This is means your name. Why it is comes under which account? So it comes under personal account. Bank name comes under the personal account. What do you mean by the outstanding expenses? So that I can tell you. No, means why questions I don't have any answer. Any other one? Any other? If you have a question. Now, please come to page number 15. Page number 15. Debit and credit. Now, you can go through with the introduction part about the debit and credit. I just directly come to a kind of a rule which is given as a real account, personal account, and a nominal account. Real account is a case of a real account. What comes in the business is debited, and what goes out is a credited. So here it is been given as a law. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. यानी कि कह रहा है कि आपका डेबिट वॉट्स कम से इस फॉर्म की अगर बात करते हैं, जैसे हम कहते हैं कि सैलरी पेड टू रमेश, सैलरी पेड टू रमेश. So Ramesh is what kind of account? Personal account. And cash is what kind of account? Is a real account. So Ramesh is a personal account. You can see the rule. Who is receiving the salary? Ramesh. So Ramesh account debit to cash account, because credit under the real account, credit is what goes out. Anyone जिसको अभी भी ये means those who are not understanding, means who do not understand this particular transaction? Anyone?
Sir, I.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, sir. Could you please repeat?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Now you can see real account which shows having a rule of debit what comes in and credit what goes out. Debit what comes in and credit what goes out means that under the real account, all the things that are going to be debited, what comes in, and whatever the things are going out is always shown on the credit side. Means I'm just discussing about journal entry.
So just wanted to clarify, is
Okay.
this the account you are talking about is different from our bank account? Suppose we take a example of a bank account statement.
No, exactly the same thing.
So sir, the credit is what goes in, what comes in, and debit is what goes out, right?
Yeah. So means under the real account, it is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. But
Then
generally they ask the question, means whatever the things are happening, whatever the transactions are happening, they are means happens of the different account, not of the same account. Generally means the question may not be of, or the transaction may not be of both of them, means debit and credit of the personal account. The transaction may be of one of the real account, another of the personal account, one of the nominal account, another of the real account. Like as you have paid a rent, you have paid a rent. So cash is a part of the real account, but a rent is a part of nominal account. So always intersection is there, means no direct means the transaction will be happen in the same account. All right. Now, like you have paid a rent, so whatever the amount you have paid, so debit all expenses in your own books of account. What you are debiting, all the expenses and the losses. So rent account debit to credit means this is the cash, and cash is of which nature? Real account nature. So real, it is credit was goes out. So here it is credit was goes out. So it is rent account debit to cash account. Now generally in accounts, we do not pass the entry with the help of, means with the naming of cash. We make the payment with the name of particular bank account. Means we generally do not use the transaction as a cash, we use as a bank account. Whatever the things are there, we usually make the payment in the case of, means in case of a bank only. Now, what the basic things that I'm trying to discuss is that in which in which we are trying to go about the personal account and the nominal account. Nominal account, debit all expenses.
I have got one question, sir. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, if this be the case, so suppose there is one company, sir, and there is one employee. The company pays the the remuneration to the employee. So for the company, if it's a real account, so money that the company, the remuneration that he has given to the company, that the company has given to the employee, so that is a credit because the money has gone out, and for it has gone to the personal account of the employee. So for the employee, the creditor, the money that he's received is the credit for him. If it's like that, sir.
Okay, let me clarify. Do not get confused. You said a particular company is there and they have made the
Yes, sir.
payment to their employees, and since the company has made the payment, so it means that their real account, their salary, means a cash amount which is being paid to their employees. So employees are supposed to be known as a personal account, all right, and the amount which is paid as a cash or a bank is being there. So what the company is going to note down as a general entry, that's the same question which you would like to ask.
I was asking that the notion of the credit, the what the credit means to both the
Credit.
accounts are not similar. Like for the real account, that the money is being paid
Yeah,
is
exactly.
paid is
And
credit,
the person
and
who is
for the
receiving
personal
the
account,
amount,
the
the person who
employee
is
is being
receiving
receiving
the,
that income is basically a credit.
all right, the person who is receiving the amount is known, is are subject to be treated.
Sir,
If
am I
the,
audible, sir?
yeah, you are audible, you are audible.
Sir, am I
So if,
audible, sir?
yes, you are audible.
Hello.
So, yeah, you are audible, you are audible. Yes, we can hear you. So, a particular company is making the payment to their employees as a salary. So, companies try to make a particular means transaction as salary account debit to cash account. All right, because any individual is not there. You are making a payment of the salary to your employees. So, salary is known as a nominal account, while the cash or the bank is known as a real account. That's the same thing, and that you are going to say as a salary account or to the bank account. All right, may I further move?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
So, in an organization, can we say that we see more of real account related transaction and nominal account transaction comparatively to what we're discussing of personal account? Is it the right understanding? Or
Pardon, please. Could you please repeat it?
so, in an organization, can we say that real and the nominal accounts is something which we majorly deals with? Is it correct? Uh,
Real account and the nominal account are entirely different. Real account includes only those accounts which are in means a form of assets. Nominal account
mhm.
is entirely different thing, and that is including expenses or the losses.
Yeah, that part is clear, sir. So my question was uh, like we have seen the types of accounts, right?
Hmm.
Like personal account and nominal account, then real account. My question was do we see majority of our transaction like circles around
Yeah,
this real and nominal?
yeah. Bilkul. You may call it that the both one are into a, means you can call it, generally the transaction happens in the form of a real account and the nominal account. Generally,
Okay, thank you,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So these are the things, and these are the types of the account. Just a minute. Just give me a second. So that's the same thing about the types of the account. And please means do not means focus or means do not give much more time on understanding these things, because exam is very near to you people. So please understand these things as a fundamental. Do not get confused. Do not do any kind of a experiment that this thing as a company and these are the are doing these things. Only just go through with a straightforward, understand the laws, understand the rules, and directly you have to apply, because these are the fundamentals which we try to means teach in a case of 11th student. So means as you, I know that you people don't have the background of it, but whatever the 1 month or the 2 month you have got it, you that's your responsibility to go through it. But since you have a very less amount of time, that 10 or 12 or 15 days whatever you have, you just go through with these are the fundamentals, and again you are just directly move to the means kinds of accounting which you are going to come in your examination, because that is really a tough one, because understanding those things. All right, now here it is something like as a assets, liabilities, capital, expenses, or losses. Now, what is under the case of assets? Increase in assets is always been debited. If there is something which is being added, like as a machinery purchase, so addition is something is there that is being debited. Or if it is something decrease is there, decrease in assets, it is known as a credit. Now, under the case of a liability, when a liability is increased, it is credited, and when a liability is decreased, it is a debited. In short, increase in liability is credit and decrease in liability is debited. Now, whatever, if there is any increase, you can see that under the asset and liability that there is a just a vice versa question. Any vice versa portion is there. Increase in liability is the credit, decrease in liability is the debited. So just opposite to the assets. Capital, increase in capital, as I told you that the capital is a part of liability, and under it is increases, it is a credited, and if it is decreases, it is a debited. So expense and losses, like as a nominal account, increase in expense is always been debited. Like in a case of a salary, in a case of a rent. So these are the expenses. Whenever it increase, we always put it into the debit side. As I said, salary account debit to bank account. So salary is being debited as the increase into the expenses. So decrease in expense is always been credited. So go through with this page number 15. The thing which I have tried to tell you. I'm just waiting for 1 minute. Please go through with it again and again. If you have any doubt, please ask.
अगर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना लें सभी लोग तो थोड़ा
All right, please go through with this section about the page number 15. If it is completed, then please let me know.
Sir,
completed.
All right,
sir,
all right.
sir, there
Yeah.
are two system discussed, English system and American system. What system we
Please do not go through with this. Please avoid these things. It doesn't matter for you whether it's the American system or an Indian system. Please understand the conceptual things. All right, these are the not times for discussing about the various concept about what they are doing and what us doing. Only the golden rules, the basic thing, the fundamental things which you are need to understand. That only I'm trying to explain you. Yeah, you are getting a limited time now, and just because of these things, I'm not going to unnecessarily expand these things. So please try to cooperate. I'm just cooperating, so please cooperate. Now there is something on the page number 16. Whenever we go to start with these things as an income and gains, so when the income or the profit is increased, it is credited, and when the income or the profit is decreased, it is debited. Now, if the profit is increased, you can see that the increase in income is there. It is being credited, and decrease in income is there. It is being debited. So, in a case of expense, you have already seen this. In a case of expense or the losses, it is being debited and credited. Now, in a case of income and the gains, it is increase in income is being credited, and decrease in income is being debited. So this is something like as if there is an increase in income, something like as you have received the rent. So whenever you have received the rent, you receive the salary. So there is an increase in income. So you are putting it into the credit side. Your account is being credited. So if it is there increase in salary, it will be a credited. If the income is decreases, something like you have you have made the payment, or your income you have something like as a losses. If there is a loss in sale of machine, so if there is a loss in sale of machine, it will be a decrease in income and it will be a debited. So any kind of a loss is always been debited in a case of a nominal account, but any kind of a gain you are getting, it will be a credited in the case of a nominal account. So some of the illustration is being given. All right, so please go through with the page number 16. We will understand what I'm trying to explain you. Still long time. When I started a business with a cash of 10 lakhs. So what is the capital, and how we are going to show who is the proprietor, who is the assets, deposited cash into bank. This is known as a contra entry. Bought a goods for a cash on a credit. You can see that you have purchased a good something on a credit basis. So sold a goods to Vinod 10,000, bought a furniture of 10,000, paid a wages. The point number 9, please go through with the point number 9. I have already said. Point number 9, that the wages is an expense. As I told you, it is a nominal account, that I also told you. When we apply the rule of the nominal account, debit all expenses, wages is being debited aspect. So wages are paid in a cash is a real account. I told you that the cash is a real account. Since cash is going out, so cash will be a credit aspect, while the wages would be as a debit aspect. So what will pass the necessary journal entry? Wages account debit to cash account. Anyone who do not understand? Anyone who do not understand this means point number 9, the payment of the wages? I think so. It was means much more easier. Anyone? Still, if you have some portion which you are not able to understand. Nishi, Neeraj, Arun, Purnima. I think so. It is understandable.
Sir, paying wages also decreases the income. Therefore, it should be debited.
No, sir.
That way also.
Okay. Please listen. Paying of the wages is a part of not income. Why you calling it as an income? If you are paying wages, so the amount which is decreases means you are making a payment for it, because you have gotten the services of it. So wages is being debited as a nominal account, and what is decreasing is your cash. Don't talk about the income, because income is a broad terminology. So you just discuss about the cash, which is being decreases as a cash, and what is going out, that is the cash. So cash is the real account. So debit means wages, and the credit is the cash. So that the journal entry out. Please go through with the rest of the journal entry. I will give you 2 minutes. Please go through with these each and every line. If you want to really understand the basics and the fundamental, that will help you in the till the fourth semester also. Please go through with this. All right, please go through with this various points is being given. You must go through with the point number 10. Let me tell you important one. Point number 8, they have not mentioned it. Point number 8, all right, is there. Please go through with these important points. Try to understand each and every statement.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Kajal, do you have any problem? Kajal, do you have any issue?
No, sir. No, sir.
Are you getting this now?
Yes, sir.
Much better than earlier, hopefully. I'm trying my best. Hopefully, you have gone through with the various, this much I expect from the various transactions and the journal entry. You can see how the journal entry are going to pass. Date is there, something which is debited to credited something as a particular one. Ledger folio is there, debit and the credit is there. All right, amount is there, which is debit and credit. Now analyzing and the treatment of the transaction, capital is there, drawing account is being given. You can see nature of the transactions, that is you can easily find out drawing account. So trade discount, there are two kind of the discount, trade discount and the cash discount. Trade discount is never been noted, while the cash discount is always been noted in the books of account. This is a treatment that is not required from your side. All right. So these are the thing, expenses on a purchase of assets. So fixed assets account debit to cash account. You can find out page number 19. So various kinds of transaction, that kind of a doubt that you people are having. So you can go through with this about the bad debts, expenses, expense on purchase. They're like a expense on the means a payment of expenses. So expenses account debit to cash account. That is salary account debit to cash account, rent account debit to cash account. So these are the things. Outstanding expenses also been given as a salary account debit to outstanding salary account. As I said, always there may not be a transaction of any one same account. There will always be transaction from the one and another account. Salary is a nominal account, while outstanding salary is a personal account. Prepaid expenses, and there is a prepaid expense account debit to expense account, income received, cash account debit to income account, banking transactions, and these are the things. Interest on capital, payment on the behalf of the others, advance received, and the advance paid on the stick. So these are the various portions of the journal entry, how you are going to pass. Please go through with this. All right. So I try to let you understand about various conception, concept of it, that you need to understand as a fundamental. But still, if you have any kind of a question, you may ask. All right. This is a trial balance, which is none of your use. I'm trying to let you understand of some more portion. Just a minute. All right. Now, you people are asking about the balance sheet. May I start balance sheet? Will compile this balance sheet also very soon. May I start?
Yes, sir, sure.
All right. So this is the balance sheet one. A balance sheet is a statement drawn up at the end of each trading period. Trading period, we can call it as a financial year from 1st April to 31st March, calendar year from 1st January to 31st December. They are going to be as a calendar year or these things. So a balance sheet shows actual position of the business at the end of any year. All right. So stating there is all the assets and the liability of a business arranged in the customary order, and to exhibit the true and other things. Balance sheet is prepared from the trial balance after the balance of the nominal account are transferred to the trading account and the profit. As I told you very early, the trading account and the profit and loss account includes only the nominal account, while the balance sheet includes the real account and the personal account. You can see the same line which I told you earlier. So these assets and liability are shown in the balance sheets classified as the assets being shown on the right side and the liabilities on shown on the left side. So that's why I said, like I told you, in a balance sheet there is no debit and credit. There is only assets, only right side or the left side, only assets or the liability. So do not get misconceptualized only to yourself, not only to yourself, to the rest of the people also. So please do not get confused. All right. So there is you can see the some of the format is being given of liabilities.
Sir, which page number in PDF?
Page number 63. All right. So this is liability and the assets. Liability is being given bills payable, loan, trade creditors, capital. Assets is being given as a cash in hand, cash at bank, investment, bills receivables, debtors, stores, furniture, and the fixture, plant and machinery, and land and building. Now there is a order of permanence is there, liabilities और assets की जो आप देख रहे होंगे, आपको सारी वो चीजें दिख रही होंगी. देखो अब आ जाते हो पेज नंबर पे, आ जाओ पेज नंबर 64. Page number 64. So fixed assets is being given. Fixed assets. What are the fixed assets? What are the current assets? It has been given. You were asking about the liquidity. So liquid assets is being given, which can be liquidate immediately or can be converted into a cash. You can call it as. All right. So you can go through with it. I'm not going to repeat again and again the same thing. Please go through with it. Tangible, fixed, intangible assets, contingent assets, liabilities is been given as a fixed liability, current liability. Please go through with the page number 64. Various terminology that I have discussed with you. Please go through with it. If you have any confusion, please let me know. I'm just waiting for 1 and 2 minutes for page number 64. If any kind of a terminology which you are not able to understand, please let me know.
Sir, contingent assets. There is intangible asset. So what is intangible assets and this?
Okay, intangible contingent asset. Okay, go through with the rest. Now there are two concepts, like I said, tangible assets and intangible assets. Tangible, which we can touch, we can feel, is known as tangible assets. The nearby you, whatever the things are there, they are known as tangible assets. The thing which you can't see, goodwill, your feelings, something you can't touch, only you can feel, emotions, is known as a intangible. All right. So if you can see, you can say that the intangible assets are those assets like as a goodwill,
Trademark.
copy, right? Trademark, very good. Okay. So they are known as a intangible assets. Contingent assets are, generally a contingent, you can call it, the word says the contingent means the thing which is not sure. It might be happen at any point of time. All right. Like as a contingent liability. We are not mentally prepared about, COVID, but somehow it arises. It is known as a contingent. So contingent liability, it might be arises at any point of time. If the something which is not arises at any point of time, it may be the part of your assets because it's particular fund or the particular, a kind of a section which is not arises. If you have saved the something money and those money is not been, not been invested somewhere for the medical purpose or for the hospitality or those things, so these things are your part of your assets. They are not contingent assets. Anyone else?
Sir, any software or artificial intelligence implied in organization is also intangible asset or what?
No, that is means a software is working into the machinery, but the name of the software that you have purchased is also a part of it. Means intangible. You can say that you can't feel it. Means a software is something like that, like as a share. Share is there. You can call it as a share. You have a share certificate, and these are the things are known as a tangible one. But when you particularly discuss about the, means a particular, just as you said, as a particular software. So software is something which you can't touch. So it will be a part of intangible. But if you talk about, in a normal case, we can say that the particular assets means a part of the assets is the shares or a software. Anyone else? Any of the terminology? Please go through with the rest of the pages also. Means like as a liability also. This is something which I have already discussed, so I don't want to invest much and more time. Page number 6, page number 65. Fixed assets, valuable assets, altered assets. So these are the things, you may not need not to go with the each and every section. A broader concept, you must please go through with the page number 65. So please go through with it, rest of the pages, about the kind of fixed assets, floating assets. I told you about the going concern concept. It is given under the fixed assets. Please complete page number 65, then we'll carry forward to the next one. All right. So we could continue. At your end, it's been done. We should go forward.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Who would like to ask the question? Who would like to ask the question? Okay. No one. So continuing with the another pages, you can see what the question I said about the final account they may ask. This would be a question, illustration number 19, page number, it's been given 66, and the same question they may give you. So this is the trial balance. It's been given in the question. One of the additional is been given, trading and profit and loss account, that you have to mention. So please Google it about the format of trading and the profit and loss account. So this is the trading account. Trading account is always a part of into the factory. When the things are within the factory, it is known to be as a trading account. The items which are generally included under the trading account, it is within the factory. Whenever the things which go outside the factory, from the office one, it is known as a profit and loss account. So the items which are the part of the administration expenses or the official expenses, means office expenses, are always shown in this. So how you are going to means you're going to learn these items? So you have to Google it and go through with the format of trading and profit and loss account. All right. So because whenever tomorrow I'm going to take the sessions, so at that point of time I would like to ask you a question whether these are the things or you are going to handle it or not. All right. So you have to go through with the balance sheet. You can see the same format is there, and how the items are being included as a part of the balance sheet. So these are the same things that you are going to explain. All right. And you can see same profit and page number 71. You can see under the page number 71 also, page number 71 also, it's been given the trading and profit and loss account. So these are the things which come from the format. You have to go through with the format. So what kind of a format is there? Trading and the profit and loss account, and the next one is the balance sheet. So the items which are given are the part of it. So any other question if you would like to ask? Otherwise, for today, from my side, it's over. And from the next, means tomorrow, whatever the sessions I'm going to take, it will be totally from the block 1 and block 2. All right. So basically, you people are from which means different parts of the country, or from the other means out of India.
I'm from Chennai, sir. I'm from Tamil Nadu.
Yeah, yeah. With your name, I can got it. Anyone else? You are from the rest of me.
I'm from Greater Noida, sir.
Okay, that's great.
From Kolkata.
I'm from Hyderabad, sir.
Hyderabad. Okay, Kolkata. Else?
Delhi, sir.
Arre, Delhi.
I'm from Mathura, sir.
Mathura. Very good. And others?
From Nepal, sir.
From Mumbai, sir.
And who's from
Mumbai.
Nepal?
Sir, I am.
Ah, that's great. That's actually you have joined from Nepal. That's so nice. And others?
From Ambala, sir.
Ambala. All right, Punjab. That's good. So you people are the working? You people are the working one?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm working in IT industry for last 20 years.
Oh my
I'm
God.
associate project manager in an MNC now.
Very nice, very nice. I would like to know about yourself within a 5 minutes, one by one. Please tell your name, from which state you belongs to, and what kind what work you are doing right now. One by one, anyone?
I am a scientist in IIT Delhi, sir.
Pardon, Deepa Joshi. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, sir. I am a scientist in IIT Delhi.
IIT Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Actually, you are scientist over there.
Yes.
Okay, you are permanent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's so nice of you. I'm nearby you only. All right, thank you. Others?
Railway, sir.
Arre
Vigilance.
wah. From where?
Kolkata, sir. Southeastern.
Okay, at which position?
Vigilance officer.
Ah, okay, that's good. Yeah, you are into a very good portion. Any others one? Dharmendra?
So I work in a law firm in in Noida as an executive assistant.
Very good. So nice of you. All right. Shriddhi Agarwal
Yes, sir.
from Nepal.
Yes, sir.
So you are working over there?
Sir, I'm a freelancer as a content writer and a UX designer.
Okay. So in which domain you used to write?
So, a civil engineer.
Okay. Okay. That is entirely different from my side. All right. So that's why in a DP also you are put buildings. That's why.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Other one.
It's a she and ship, sir.
Which one? Okay. Okay. So Purvi.
Sir, I'm a soft skill trainer, English language trainer, basically in Chandigarh University.
Arre wow. So nice of you. So Chandigarh University is a private one or a government one?
No, it's a private university.
All right. So you are over there as a trainer.
Yeah, English language personality development trainer.
Very
Just
nice.
curious, Purvi, why didn't you continue there as an MBA? Why didn't you pursue your MBA from there?
Time.
No, just because of few reasons. Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
want to.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. No worries. Any others? The people who can find it very easily.
I'm Sir Akash Deep
Okay.
from Mathura,
Okay.
working in account manager in district hospital.
In District Hospital of Mathura.
Yeah,
Okay, so nice of you. I've always been there at a Mathura, Make Bihari. So I always used to go over there.
uh, sure, sir.
So nice. Okay, okay. What about the others? Neeraj?
Sir, I am from Jharkhand and currently I am working as a area credit manager in Mintify Finserv Private Limited. It's a supply-based finance company.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Others?
Hi, I'm Satish Babu. I
Okay,
belongs to Chennai,
okay,
Tamil Nadu.
okay,
I am a divisional head and corporate engineering manager in an reputed tire industry
okay.
for
So
last
nice.
28 years.
All right, all right. So nice. What about the others?
So
Deepak,
what
would you
about
like?
you? We'd
Well,
like
let me
to
tell you.
know about you as well.
We'll tell you. We'll tell you. So, what about Deepa? Would you like to say something? You have raised your hand. Deepa
Sir,
Joshi.
we are from non-commerce background. We are from science background. So
No
it
worries.
is very difficult for us, this
I
topic
can understand. I
particularly,
can understand. I can
MMPC-4.
understand. I can
Yeah,
understand. You have
so
to work hard.
yes, but the time is limited. We only have 20 days.
You are the
So,
scientist. You are
yes,
already having a.
but I wanted to ask you, there are some important, most important topic which we should concentrate in this
I've
limited
already
time?
in a first session. I've already discussed.
Actually, I had some internet problem, so I
Okay, no worries. Tomorrow again, I will discuss all these things.
okay, sir, yes.
Okay. So Nishi Jain.
Sir,
Hello,
Are you?
sir.
just
Yeah,
sorry.
Nishi.
Sir, I'm a freelance graphic designer from Rajasthan.
Okay, so nice, very nice. And this is Purnima Singh.
Hello, sir. I am
Hi.
senior analyst in Coforge company in Greater Noida.
Okay, okay. Ritu Kumari. Ritu is there. Ritu Kumari. I think so. She is not there. Shalini. Shalini. Shalini is not there. Sujay Reddy. Okay. So these are the things, and let me tell you about myself. Myself, Dr. Abhishek Kumar Singh, and presently I'm working as a assistant professor at a University of Delhi. And before over here, I have worked means I have worked with the Security Exchange Board of India, headquarter Mumbai, and means before here also means I was working with the Ministry of Education. I was there, and the NCRT also. I've written several books into the NCRT, and presently I'm working with the 17 universities of India. Means with the MET, with the Galgotia, with the IGNU, with the various other universities that I'm working with them. So,
That's impressive, sir.
so
Kudos.
with the